euros to keep Ukraine financially and militarily afloat for the next 2 years. The decision comes after hours of negotiations in Brussels, with leaders stressing that the move is aimed at strengthening Kyiv and pushing Moscow toward peace. Botlhale Pele has more.
Meeting at a summit in Brussels, EU leaders approved a €90 billion loan package for Ukraine, backed by the European Union's budget. The move sidesteps legal and political hurdles surrounding the use of frozen Russian central bank assets, which will remain immobilized until Moscow pays war reparations. European Council President Antonio Costa said the decision ensures Ukraine's urgent financial needs are met for 2026 and 2027, while maintaining pressure on Russia through continued sanctions. He added that the bloc still reserves the right to use frozen Russian assets in the future, should conditions allow.
For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Wepe.
SABC News. The African perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Here's your soundtrack for the weekend. The weekend is upon us. It's here. It's now. Boom! Ow. Mondli didn't do the things. Mondli. Volume. Mondli. It's okay. It's okay. 8 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Good afternoon and welcome to the Friday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo, Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko Mosito. Coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. Mmatsheko Mosito, how you doing?
Happy Fringers. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too.
What's going on, dude?
I tell you what, it's the last official day of normal service, normal business.
Actually.
From next week, things are changing up. People are going on holiday, and it's quite an exciting time for a lot of people because they get to go be with their families. And I tell you what, I'm enjoying driving around Johannesburg this time of the year because it's quiet.
And there's fresh air, Baba.
And there's fresh air.
Oh, man. But listen, this is good because we get to slow down. Well, at least for the majority of people, they get to slow down, just slow down. Like, take it easy, wake up at whatever time suits your body, eat delicious food, laugh out loud, There's no one there with a camera watching you. You just laugh and you have a good time. And you deserve that as much as humanly possible. But because it's December, listen, we're here. What's coming up on the show?
100%. Listen, we get into some important conversations to kickstart the show. Our first one will be as a result of the University of Pretoria and READ study, which has found that studying or teaching in your mother tongue and learning in your mother tongue improves and creates a stronger literacy in South African classrooms. So if you're exposed to your mother tongue from a young age and you're taught in your mother tongue, your literacy skills, or you strengthen your literacy skills as you grow older. And we're going to be revisiting that conversation about the importance of home languages in schools. Because oftentimes, like English, for example, I'll use a basic example. English for a lot of South Africans is not a first language. It's not a home language, right? It's a first additional language. When you go to school, those are the languages you're taught in. English, or at some schools, Afrikaans, but you're not taught in your home language. There's no Setswana, there's no Sotho, there's no Siswati. And we are saying that needs to change so that we can create stronger not just stronger literacy, but a love for one's home language. And in literature, being able to read and speak the language will make you an even better human being, in my own personal belief.
It makes sense. It makes absolute sense. I'm definitely in that boat as well. Actually reminds me of a conversation we were having yesterday with Mosito Manga of the digital the book platform, Essay Books Online, I beg your pardon.
Yes.
He was in studio with us and talking about how this gentleman wrote a Sepedi book about astrology.
Astrology, yeah.
Sepedi, like the entire book, you
Can
know,
you
which
imagine?
is wonderful. And I know several professors that teach indigenous languages and write dissertations and theses and very complex research papers in their own languages, whether it's Chivenda or Gastswana. So listen, we it's not too late if we hop on the boat and we do it correctly.
Absolutely. And then we get into conversation with the SA Chefs Association, which have opened up their application for the 2026 Brian Montgomery Bursary to support young aspiring chefs. If you are an aspiring chef yourself, this is a conversation for you. Then we are joined in studio by DJ Lag. He'll be bringing us our DJ mix this afternoon. Then apparently we'll be taking part in some Snokonoko dance challenge. I don't know what that is.
Which is what we are going to be doing, yes.
Me and my two left feet.
You.
We are both in it.
I'm happy to coach
because there's prize money involved, Mmatsheko. If we do it right, we can win a prize.
Really?
That's right.
I'll do it for the prize.
It's for the prize. It's 12 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the Friday edition of The Upside.
The Upside, live and real. The music that talks to your soul. On Channel Africa, the African perspective. Conversations are happening, and Channel Africa is at the heart of them. We tell the African story with clarity, pride, and purpose, reaching audiences that matter to your brand. Partner with us and connect your business with listeners across borders in multiple languages and markets. For partnership opportunities, sponsorship, or sales, email us at partnership@channelafrica.co.za. Channel Africa, the African perspective. No fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love on Channel Africa. The Upside. On The Upside, your voice matters.
Justin Vibes coming through with Uzozisola with Diamonds of Gwijo, not Igwinya.
Not Igwinya.
Not Igwinya. Aibo. Thank you for being here. The Upside on a Friday. And listen, we're counting down. There are very few Fridays left. So enjoy them while they still last for the year 2025.
A new study by the Reed Education Trust in partnership with the University of Pretoria is adding strong local evidence a long-standing debate in education. The research shows that when children learn to read and write in their home language during the early years of schooling, they grasp concepts faster and develop stronger thinking skills. Those foundations then make it easier for them to learn additional languages, including English, a finding that carries real weight as South Africa continues to grapple with low literacy levels among young learners. According to Reed project manager Mmatsheko, the results reflect that many teachers witness daily in their classrooms. Children taught in a language they understand gain confidence, agency and a sense of control over learning. This research underpins Reed's translanguaging project, which explores how home languages can work alongside English to improve reading outcomes. She now joins us on the line. Mavis, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to The Upside. How are you doing?
Good, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
We are fantastic. Let's start off with the work that Reed do. Tell us more about the Reed Educational Trust for those who haven't heard about it before.
Reed Educational Trust is an NGO which was established about 47 years ago. We are an organization that works with schools in improving literacy, especially rural schools in our country. We have projects throughout South Africa in all the provinces where we are improving literacy. So the way we improve literacy, we provide resources that can be used in the classrooms and also books for learners. And then after that, we develop teachers, we train teachers on literacy methodologies or different approaches in teaching literacy. And then after the training, then we sort of go into the classroom and support the teachers in order for them to implement what they have been trained on. But it's an old organization. We've been in existence for as long as 47 years.
Okay, we are in conversation at the moment with Reed project manager Mmatsheko, and we're talking about the new study that they've embarked on with the University of Pretoria. And this research shows that when children learn to read and write in their own home languages or mother tongues, as it were, during the early years of schooling, they better grasp and comprehend the work much, much better. 21 minutes past 1 p.m. Let's take a break.
Cheers to rest and renewal. Festive African greetings from Channel Africa. Go on, download the Channel Africa app.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
We're 22 minutes into 1 p.m. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Friday edition of The Upside, exclusive to Channel Africa. On the line with Read Project Manager Mmatsheko, and we are talking about this new research, very, very interesting findings with the University of Pretoria, and the research that has uncovered that children learn to read and write in their own languages so much better when it comes to their schooling endeavors. Mavis, let's elaborate on undertaking the study and what problem perhaps that you were seeing in our education system, which is basically the problem you're trying to solve. So talk to us about what you were trying to better understand through embarking on this research.
Yeah, I think from the research that has been done, we have found that more than 80% of our learners, as soon as they get to grade 4, they are unable to read for meaning. And the problem that we also encounter in our schools is that since our schools are multilingual and the language of instruction being English, our learners are unable to use English, especially when they get to grade 4. So what is happening in our schools now is that our learners are taught in their home language from grade R up to grade 3. So the language of instruction is home language, whether it's Sizulu, Sisuthu, or any other home language that we use in South Africa. So when they transition to grade 4, the language of learning and teaching changes to English. And they've been only learning English as a subject from grade 1 up to grade 3. So by the time the child gets to grade 4, we expect them to be learning in English, while in the foundation phase, they were using their home language for learning. So it becomes a huge challenge for children to be able to grasp English, especially when we are now using English for academic subjects like science, mathematics, social sciences. So it becomes a problem for them. So that's why we see this problem of literacy, especially when our learners transition to grade 4. So this is also something else that underpins the study that we did with the University of Pretoria, that if we can also use the home language like parallel with English, for instance, where we encourage and also recognize that a child comes from home with concepts from his home language, and then when you start introducing English to them, it becomes much easier for them to grasp the language of instruction that is English. So we use the home language parallel with the English language. If a child comes from home, for instance, knowing that kona inja, that is a dog, so we can use those words interchangeably in the classroom. So in our township schools, especially where we have schools where we have children who come from or who have different home languages, it's also important that a teacher integrates their home language as they teach English, for our learners to learn English much quicker.
What are you hoping, Mavis, this report will will do in the greater scheme of education, because there are still many schools that don't have home languages, indigenous home languages. Their main languages are English, and a lot of them it's English and Afrikaans. Very few then implement the indigenous languages. What are you hoping that this report will then reveal in helping government and the Department of Education in bringing and implementing home languages as a requirement being implemented in the various schools in South Africa? I mean, we've got over 11 languages in South Africa. We can't just, till this day, still be using English and Afrikaans to teach children who come from different backgrounds. What are the hopes that this report will shine a light on and it be implemented from a governmental level?
This is implemented of the government. For instance, they're starting to pilot home languages in schools, in teaching like your mathematics, your technology, and your science. But it's still a pilot. Okay. But what we are hoping, especially with our translanguaging course, we are hoping that as soon as a child starts school, like for instance in grade 1, maybe up to grade 3, since they're using their home language as a language of instruction, we are also going to be starting to introduce English using translanguaging, so that by the time the children get to grade 4, these children are more proficient in English, especially reading with understanding, because that is the main problem that we have in South Africa, that our children are not reading with meaning. So if a child learns to read in the foundation phase from grade 1 to, let's say, up to grade 3, by the time they get to grade 4, they can read to learn, where they are now doing more subjects and also using English as a language of instruction. Even though the Department of Education has started with the mother tongue-based education, it's still a pilot and it's just a drop in the ocean. Yeah. But for us, especially in the projects that we are in, we are also hoping that this is going to change the way our government is implementing the mother tongue-based education, and also encouraging schools and teachers to do to also do this multilanguaging methodology. And also what is also important is also building the teacher capacity in using this translanguaging methodology to support the learners to learn. We have done we did a pilot as well in some schools in Pretoria, and the results just went up in those schools, especially for the learners that we were doing the pilot on, where teachers were using translanguaging, using their home language, because one of the schools, it's a Sepedi and isiZulu schools. So they were using the teacher uses those languages plus English also in explaining concepts, because we cannot ignore the fact that a child grows up having concepts from home, and then by the time the child starts school, then we just ignore that a child knows some of the concepts in their home language, and then we start them off in English. So it will help the children a lot, because already a child has a lot of information. One person gave an example, especially when we introduced this translanguaging, that it's like a person who is working on a crutch. And then by the time they start school, you just kick off that crutch and the person will just work without the crutch. So I think it's also going to have a huge impact, especially in the schools that we are working in. And we are hoping that we are going to make the government aware that translanguaging is the way to go, especially for our children.
Right, so it's a good place to start. Mavis, as you mentioned, you're still in the very beginning stages of unpacking the issue so that we can solve it. And there's so many. I mean, modern schools are completely different to how schools in the villages are being run. How do we meet all the needs? How do we come up with the right methodology that is going to meet, and become sustainable for education going forward? Thank you very much for your time. That was the voice of Mavis Mmaseko in her capacity as region lead project manager. It is 1:31.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Well, it's a very good afternoon from the sports desk. I am Mosito Makura with the latest sports news at the Sawa. So with just 2 days to go before the opening kick-off of the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco, the host nation has begun now to welcome the first wave of contenders, each arriving adding colour, culture as well as anticipation to Africa's biggest football festival. Among the early teams to arrive for Africa's flagship sports event are the Comoros Island, who will face the host nation in the opening game of the competition in Rabat on Sunday. Mali, Angola, Egypt, Zimbabwe, Benin, South Africa, the DR Congo, Sudan, Nigeria, Uganda, as well as Sudan have all arrived, with further teams set to arrive by tonight as Morocco completes its transformation into the beating heart of African football. The Africa Cup of Nations tournament is the 35th edition of the tournament. It gets underway on the 21st of December. That's this coming Sunday, concluding on the 18th of January in 2026. Well, Bafana having arrived in Morocco last night, aiming now to end the 30-year title drought. The team led by coach Hugo Bruce has a very strong mix of experienced players as well as rising stars. The family of Bafana, as well as Orlando Pirates player Evidence Makgopa, who is from Gampa village just outside Begersfort in South Africa's Limpopo province, have wished the team as well as Makgopa well at this year's tournament. Now, speaking through an interpreter, Makgopa's parents Tabita, as well as Chichala Makgopa, says they are proud of his achievement and are backing him and the team.
What I want to say is that God knows everything. I wish him good luck. The most important thing for him is to follow all the instructions given by the coach. I've been watching him since he was 8 years old, and the way he played soccer, you could tell he's got talent.
I am very excited as his mother that Evidence will be playing at the AFCON tournament. I wish him all the best. Whenever he's going, he must play well.
Now, some of the community members from Gampa village in Gapasha, where Makgopa grew up, have also expressed excitement at one of their very own participating at the AFCON tournament. Let's take a listen now to Jabuma Tabata as well as Kamogelo Sekgobela as they pay their tribute to Makgopa.
As community members, we are happy to see him moving forward, and I hope South Africa is happy about this too. We hope he will keep doing what he did last time at AFCON. I grew up with Evidence Makgopa, and he's my neighbor. We, his fans, wish him all the best as he's going to play at AFCON.
On to some golf news now. Newly crowned sports personality of the year, Rory McIlroy, says he has a lot still to achieve after an incredible 2025. Now, the Northern Irishman McIlroy became just the sixth man to complete the career Grand Slam of all four majors when he won the Masters in a thrilling finish in April of this year. The 36-year-old then played a pivotal role in Europe's Ryder Cup success in September, contributing 3.5 points as they sealed a first victory in the USA since 2012. McIlroy's victory at the Masters came 14 years after he looked set to win the Augusta National, having led by 4 shots after 3 rounds back in 2011 before falling away. But he held his nerve this year to claim his first green jacket in the playoff after a late charge from Ryder Cup teammate Justin Rose. He also clinched a 7th Race to Dubai title in 2025 and 4th in a row, and now sits one shy of Colin Montgomery's record of 8 European titles. While we're still on the golf course, the Junior Golf Foundation is set to host the NCBA Kenya Junior Invitational, which is the largest and most prestigious event on the US Kids Golf calendar in Kenya. The tournament, which is a final event of the Junior Golf calendar, will take place from the 20th up until the 22nd of December at the Windsor Golf Hotel, as well as the country club and is expected to attract approximately 120 elite junior golfers from across the globe. Now the cornerstone event is on the regional junior golf calendar. The NCBA Junior Invitational has grown steadily over the years, earning a reputation for world-class organization, strong competition, as well as international participation. The 2025 edition will feature juniors from 8 countries: Kenya, Uganda, Lithuania, India, Tanzania, Thailand, Norway, Nigeria, and China, reinforcing the tournament's growing global profile. And with that concludes your sports news this hour. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, remember to send us an email. That's to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or call us. The newsroom line is +27 11714 4459. It is 13:36 p.m. Central African Time. I'm back with more sports news in the next hour. For Channel Africa Sport, I am Mosito Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. As 2025 draws to a close, we pause to honor the spirits that connect us. The festive season reminds us of what truly matters: family, community, and unity. No matter where you gather or reflect, Channel Africa is with you. Bring you stories and voices that are shaped by the African perspective.
Something significant happened on this day. Asanda, you were a baby, I'm sure. I'm not even sure if you were born. No, you were a baby, yeah.
Yoga. Mmatsheko is still trying to convince me and look me
No,
over
I've done that already, and you're going to come now on the journey.
I will try.
From all of us to all of you, may your season be safe and peaceful. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
38 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. It's now time to find out how the markets are moving with the business news.
Business news on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo, and good afternoon. The National Gambling Board of South Africa is intensifying its public education drive to promote responsible gambling. With the festive season in full swing, reckless spending and risk-taking concerns are growing around gambling harm and illegal gambling operators. Awareness, regulation and consumer protection are central to the board's efforts. Lungile Tukwana is the board's acting CEO.
Most of the people would have got their bonuses, would have been paid at work, and everybody's rushing for the festive season. And as part of that, there are a lot of the illegal gambling sites that will be taking chances in relation to attracting people to come and gamble with them. Some of them are the illegal ones, which may be problematic in terms of the safety, but also in terms of making sure that there's responsible gambling. And we are concerned about those ones, and we are warning our customers.
At the start of 2025, Africa's agricultural sector appeared to be on a recovery path following a severe drought in the previous season. However, this fragile rebound was quickly tested by rising trade tensions. The United States introduced reciprocal tariffs, while within the region, Botswana repeatedly imposed bans on South African vegetable imports. Malawi also rolled out restrictions on a range of imported goods. Senior agricultural economist at the South Africa-based National Agricultural Marketing Council, Tabile Nkunjana, says the trade restrictions in Africa are affecting the free trade approach.
The trade restrictions that we are seeing in the continent, they are really, distorting the dream that is to see the Africa Free Trade area, expanding and actually operating, efficiently. Because one of the key things that have led to Africa sort of having a stagnant in its trade within the continent, it has been the protectionism. This has to do with the higher tariffs that each or other African countries imposed on other African countries.
Morocco's annual inflation, measured by the Consumer Price Index, rose to 0.3% in September from 0.1% a month earlier. Food prices, the main driver of inflation, dropped 1.2% from a year earlier, while non-food inflation increased to 0.4%. Core inflation, which excludes more volatile goods, dropped to 0.9% year-on-year and 0.4% month-on-month. The Moroccan Central Bank says inflation will average 0.8% this year, before picking up to 1.3% in 2026 and 1.9% in 2027. The British government has confirmed its data has been accessed in a cyber attack. The hackers had targeted information relating to visa details at the Foreign Office. The incident follows two major cyber attacks on big British companies this year. Hacks forced the country's largest car maker, Jaguar Land Rover, to shut down production for 5 weeks, while retailer Marks & Spencer suspended online orders for 6 weeks. The BBC's Ian Watson has the details.
The government confirmed to the BBC that a cyber incident had been detected by the Foreign Office and it had affected systems operated on behalf of the Home Office. A spokesperson said the incident was isolated and contained. And the Trade Minister, Chris Bryant, told the BBC this morning that while there had been a hack, there was only a low risk that any individuals had had their personal details compromised. The government's reported the incident to the Information Commissioner. It's understood that a Chinese-affiliated group is suspected, but the government has said that investigations are continuing and it hasn't attributed the attack.
The yen weakened in volatile trade after the Bank of Japan delivered a widely expected rate hike, while its governor offered few hints on the timing of future increases, even as he left the door open for further tightening. The yen initially fell against the dollar after the bank raised its policy rate to 0.75% from 0.5% in a move that had been well telegraphed by policymakers, prompting traders to sell the currency on the fact. Losses in the Japanese currency extended following the bank's governor Kazuo Ueda's post-meeting press conference, where he remained vague on the extent and the exact timing and pace of future interest rate hikes. $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 453, Botswana 13.8, Kenya 128 shilling 3, and Zambia 22 kwacha 93. The BRICS countries and Brazil's dollar there will cost you 5.50, Russia 80 rubles 1, India 90 rupees 47, China 71.3, and in South Africa the dollar will cost you 16 rand 77 cents, 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Gold is trading at $4,326 and platinum $1,916 per ounce. Brent crude oil is at $59.59 a barrel. For any business stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business in Johannesburg, I'm Thabiso Lohoko.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa. The African perspective. 9 to 12 midday Central African Time. On the Move with Palisa Tau and Benjamin Mushatama.
Now, when you go to the hospital, there's medical attention that you need, and that's the only experience you're expecting to have. If you are a transgender person, sometimes those experiences can be marred by the demand of trying to understand your gender, your sexuality, and not particularly getting the assistance that you need.
One time, I was sexually abused by someone who used to live next door to my house. So when I went to the police to report, I was in a weave, I was wearing a dress, and when I got there, the police person that helped me said to me, obviously we're gonna rape you because why do you walk around looking like trying to be a woman when you are a man? And after that, the person just walked scot-free.
How do you deal with that? Because there's a double barrel abuse there. So it's not even double barrels, there's kind of multi-dimensional forms of abuse.
I think one thing that I will tell you about trans people is we are strong, not because we want to be strong, but because we don't have an option. It is what it is. Because the struggles that we face each and every day are like unimaginable.
Keeping you on the know and on the move. The Upside with Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
It's 45 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Welcome back to The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko Mosito. Coming to you live from the Auckland Park studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, where we are streaming live. Listen, do you have aspirations to be a chef? Or perhaps your child, your sibling, they are between the ages of 18 and 25 and would like to pursue a career in the culinary world? Well, then this conversation is for you, because the South African Chefs Association has opened applications for the 2026 Brian Montgomery Bursary Fund, offering vital financial support to a young South African aspiring to build a career in professional cookery. The bursary supports students studying at the SA Chef Skills Development Provider campus with funding paid directly toward tuition fees, helping remove one of the biggest barriers to entry into the culinary profession. Open to South African citizens between the ages of 18 and 25. Applications close on the 7th of February 2026. And are sponsored by Montgomery Africa. The bursary is traditionally presented by Hostex, Africa's leading food, drink, and hospitality expo, which celebrates its 40th anniversary in 2026. To tell us a bit more about this bursary, we are joined on the line by the SA Chefs Association Head of Education, Chef Elsu Gaireki. Chef Elsie, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to The Upside. How are you doing?
I'm so good. Didn't know I had to be on camera in December, but it's okay. How is everybody doing?
Chef, we are excited to have you on the line. Thank you so much. It's not your first time on Channel Africa. We appreciate your time here. Let's talk about the work that the SA Chefs Association contributes and does for anyone who wants to be a chef and wants to pursue a career in the culinary world. Unpack the work that this association does.
Sure. Do we have the rest of the day?
A few minutes.
And I say this. You know, SA Chefs is a SACWA recognized professional body. And we've been in existence for over 50 years, 51 to be exact. And we represent cooks, caterers, everybody in the culinary space that want to grow within the culinary space or that is currently in the culinary space. And through all the work that we do, the connection, the education, the representation, part of this is making sure we have bursaries like the Brian Montgomery Bursary Assistance Fund and others available to young South Africans that want to become a chef. It's not a cheap area of study, and we are very much aware of it. And this bursary is really there to, if you need assistance, you can maybe get the school fees, maybe you now need uniforms, or you need knives, or now with technology, you need a tablet or an iPad. This fund will then assist you and assist the school to provide you with these tools to become a chef and to finish your studies and become a working chef globally and locally. So SA Chefs is really in the work of supporting the culinary industry and making sure that we provide a platform for youth to excel and for chefs to keep going.
It sounds very, very exciting. And I think for anyone who's listening, you know, I would imagine a frequently asked question for you as well is around training and perhaps career paths. You know, what career paths can open for successful applicants, as it were?
So it's funny that you asked, because I did something with the University of Johannesburg once, where we unpacked hospitality and the culinary space, especially. And I think we identified 99 different jobs you can do with a culinary qualification. Anything from, and it's so broad, because it's, yes, you can go and just cook in a kitchen. Yes, you can work in a hotel, and there's all those different levels. But with the range of social media, with AI coming into play, teaching, training, mentorship, coaching, all those things are absolute jobs that you can do with a culinary qualification. Photography, food photography, media, radio, all of those. This skill set is so vast, it can really plug into anything, which really means the world's your oyster. But ultimately, what it does allow you to do is to have a set of skills that you can one day be your own boss. That you can open your own business, you can become an employer, you can alleviate our terrible unemployment rates. There is so much work out there, work that you can create by being a chef, that I think it's an incredible skill set to have. And young people are changing the world with the type of businesses they are doing. In fact, I want to tell a story, if I may. Yesterday, I bought a biscuits. You know, Christmas biscuits are a real thing for all South Africans. And I looked at the name, and the name looked so familiar, and I bought it in my local Spar. And this person who makes it, or this company, was actually a beneficiary of our chefpreneurs competition.
That's incredible.
Or committee. And they received a coaching course in 2023. They started their business in Soweto. And now I'm buying their biscuits far away at my local Spar. And that is the reach that these kinds of initiatives and bursaries and the work of the South African chefs and can actually do for the people of this country if you really, really set your mind to it. So I thought that's a really cool, fuzzy story for Christmas. And the biscuits are delicious. I will definitely buy them again.
Well, listen.
So it's a wonderful.
You're going to have to tell us who these biscuits were made by.
Well, I think it's the name, and they're standing on my kitchen counter because we're at home. I think it's Konza's, but C-O-N-Z-A, it's apostrophe A, Konza's biscuits. They're fantastic. And the fact that they were a beneficiary of something of what South Africa's Chefs Association through Chefpreneurs did makes it for me so much more special. And that's what the Brian Montgomery bursary is about. It's about that step up for you to, rather than say, I don't have this extra couple of thousand, I'm going to quit. Say, I'm going to apply, and this extra couple of thousands can change the lives of myself, my children, my community, for generations. And that's what these things are about. That's where the help must come from.
Amazing. It's 7 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. We'll continue our conversation with the head of the SA Chefs Association Education, Chef Elsu, to talk to us more about the 2026 Brian Montgomery Bursary Fund. So if you are trying to build a career in the culinary space, an aspiring chef, cook, and want to just delve into the space a bit further and need a bit of funding and assistance and support, this is the fund for you. Stay tuned to find out more about the details.
The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more. Conversations are happening, and Channel Africa is at the heart of them. We tell the African story with clarity, pride, and purpose, reaching audiences that matter to your brand. Partner with us and connect your business with listeners across borders in multiple languages and markets. For partnership opportunities, sponsorship, or sales, email us at partnership@channelafrica.co.za. Channel Africa, the African perspective. The Upside, taking the African perspective to fresh levels.
6 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time, let's continue our conversation with Chef Elsu regarding the 2026 Brian Montgomery Bursary Fund. Chef Elsu, let's talk about the criteria. Who qualifies for this bursary fund?
So, you have to be a South African citizen between the ages of 18 and 25, really starting out. You have to study or have enrolled in a culinary school that is a member of the South African Chefs Association. So if your campus in Pretoria or wherever is a member, you are free to enroll in that. You need to write, obviously, we need to find out about your motivation for this. So you'll need to put a motivation in together. You'll need to become a member of the association. Those kinds of things are the criteria, but it's all laid out very, very simply in a very simple way, so that anybody can really that fits this criteria can can get a part of this bursary. What we want to also do is we do give preference to people who are studying the occupational qualifications, the QCTO occupational qualifications, cook, and chef, which is our trade qualifications. We believe we were very involved in writing these qualifications. We believe in our national qualifications, and we believe that that's what we should be driving forward. Because ultimately, we designed these with people, or they were designed to really level the playing field for it doesn't matter where you study, and how privileged or how not non-privileged you are, you'll be able to walk away with a certificate that looks the same. So we do give preference to that because we want to level that playing field for our chefs going out there. It's important that elitism, and I'm sorry, but it's something I feel passionately about, should be eliminated in our qualification space. And that's really also why these are in place. And the course should be at least a 12-month course, and not a fly-by-night. And yeah, it's a simple process of then filling in the application, sending through your motivational letter, and everybody's gonna send it straight to my email, and I'll receive it and make sure everybody gets into the pile for selection.
I think you have such a fun job, really. Getting to measure impact by tasting cookies, getting to really understand what the future of the culinary space looks like. What a fun job you have, Chef Alsu. But I think also just your passion in the work that you're doing, and I guess for these listeners that we're talking to between the ages of 18 and 25, who want to get into professional cookery spaces, do you have any advice as to what they can put in these motivation letters? Because I think that is most important. Besides meeting the deadline on the 7th of February, what can I put in that motivation letter that can give me a heads up?
I always read these motivation letters, and everybody has a very sad story. True. And please tell us your truth. Share your truth. Why you are in this position, why you need the money. It's not the saddest story that is eventually awarded the bursary. Tell us why you want to be a chef. What do you love about food? I love reading, not so much that I love cooking. I want to know what you love eating. Why do you love eating it? Do you grow any of your own food? Have you tried, even in a pot plant? I mean, many of us live in places where we can't grow anything. We don't have any land. But even, have you tried growing herbs? What is your inspiration when it comes to food? And it doesn't have to be a model answer. Your inspiration can be that one time I was sitting next to a fire, eating a piece of bread that you made on the fire, and it inspired me to want to be a baker, want to taste more bread. What can I do with it? I think for me, motivational, like your motivation should be authentic, and authenticity comes through, your true passion. And even if you say, I want to be a chef because I want the skill, because one day I want to make millions. Absolutely. It can be as simple as that. Just be truthful, be honest, why you want to do this, and why you deserve this help. And we'll go through it. And I promise the listeners, I promise everybody, every single motivation gets read, not once, not twice, not just by me or the panel, but there's panels and panels that go through this to make sure that the most deserving person really does receive the bursary.
Chef Elsu, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. And that email address, it's elsu@sachefs.co.za, correct?
Correct. Also at SA Chefs. And I always say to everybody, remember the chefs are plural. So there's a S at the end, elsuchefs.co.za. And please send your applications through. I'm looking forward to receiving them after I come back from my well-deserved beach holiday.
Chef, go and enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for your time. The voice of Chef Elsu. She is the head of the SA Chefs Association's education department there. It's 1 minute after 2 p.m. Central African time. Send through your applications. You can also follow them on social media at SA Chefs to learn more about the criteria and how to apply if you missed that email address. It's now the second hour of The Upside. Welcome, Upsider, to the golden hour. But first, let's get the latest news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo. Top stories is Sawa. The RSF accused of killing civilians, and Putin says Russia is ready to end the conflict in Ukraine, but with conditions. Good afternoon. Over 1,000 civilians were killed when a Sudanese paramilitary group took over a famine-stricken displacement camp in Sudan's Darfur region in April, including about a third who were summarily executed. This is contained in a report released by the UN Human Rights Office. It also details that for months before the April 11 to 13th assault took place, the Rapid Support Forces blocked entry of food and supplies to the Zamzam camp in Sudan's western region of Darfur, housing nearly 500,000 people displaced by the civil war. During the takeover, the RSF directed attacks against civilians, and survivors reported widespread killings, rape, torture, and abductions, with at least 319 people executed in the camp or as they tried to flee. The RSF has previously denied harming civilians and said that it will hold its forces to account for any violations. South Africa's Border Management Authority says it is experiencing a shortage of staff this festive season amid increased cross-border traffic volumes. However, it has received a shot in the arm with the law enforcement personnel deployed to assist. BMA Commissioner Michael Masiapato says they were operating at 24% capacity. Masiapato conducted a walkabout at the Vicksburg port of entry in the Free State province.
Yes, indeed. During this particular period, as the Border Management Authority, we become seriously pressured to be able to deliver on this, primarily because you will be aware that we are operating at 24% in as far as capacity is concerned, whilst we are actually in a bit of shortage, over 70%. So that is the unfortunate reality. However, what we ended up having to do is to actually get to be assisted by other role players.
Mental health experts have warned of a rise in social fatigue, with people entering the new year emotionally depleted from the festive season. This is due to constant socializing, disrupted routines and financial strain. Casey Chambers is the operations director at the South African Depression and Anxiety Group.
The reality is that for a lot of South Africans, they're feeling overwhelmed already. We get calls every day from people around the country who are feeling anxious, overwhelmed, stressing. So we did a survey a couple of weeks ago to really get a snapshot into what are South Africans really feeling around the festive season. Is it like what we see in the movies? Everyone's in that December mode. And sadly, that's not the case. Over 73% are worried about making ends meet in January. We also know that from the research, 58% of people start the year exhausted. So that's more than half. And that's the reality for so many people. So it's important that we talk about it.
South Africa's government has raised concern over forecast severe weather conditions during the festive season. Above normal rainfall and frequent thunderstorms are expected across several parts of the country, particularly over the Highveld and eastern regions. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa has urged the public to remain vigilant. His spokesperson Pearl Masego-Bingose says disaster management teams are on high alert.
Whilst the upcoming rainfall is welcome in various parts of the country, it also increases the risk of flooding and other dangerous incidents, especially in low-lying areas. Disaster management centers at all levels are on high alert and ready to respond. Communities are encouraged to report any hazardous conditions to local authorities. Everyone is urged to stay informed through official weather updates and follow warnings to ensure their safety and protect property.
President Vladimir Putin says Russia is ready to end the conflict in Ukraine, but he offered no sign of compromise. The remarks comes hours after EU leaders agreed to jointly raise funds for the interest-free loan over the coming 2 years for Ukraine. Putin was speaking through an interpreter at the start of his annual telethon.
There are signals, including from the Kyiv regime, indicating that they are willing to engage in some type of dialogue. The only thing, and I would like to say something that we've been saying for quite some time, we are willing to put an end to this conflict via peaceful means based on the principles that I outlined in July last year when I spoke at the Foreign Ministry of Russia.
Recapping the top story, the Sawa, over 1,000 civilians were killed when a Sudanese paramilitary group took over a famine-stricken displacement camp in Sudan's Darfur region in April, including about a third who were summarily executed. This is contained in a report released by the UN. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Mwebe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Hey, was a weekend. 7 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the second hour, the golden hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Tebogo, Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko Mosito. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Are you officially on leave? Has the festive season officially begun for you? Some people are complaining. They were saying, yo, please, don't send me my salary now. Please send it at the end of the month, because they've been getting 13 checks, they've been getting what, and all the money, it's coming in now. And then it disappears over the next couple. So some are saying, no, please, boss man, boss lady, pay me at the end of the month. Don't pay me now. Otherwise, this money will not see January. What do you think about that?
No, no, unacceptable.
You want the money now?
No, I'm concerned that we lack that much discipline. That now somebody else must gatekeep our cash for us. No. You've got to learn discipline skills and make sure that you get your money, and then you it's your personal responsibility to lock it away in a money market account or whatever it is.
100%.
Put it under lock and key yourself. Why must other people do it for you?
Be disciplined. We are live on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And don't forget to download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. In this hour, it's a musical hour, it's a DJ hour, and our DJ specializes in Kom, because it's the one and only DJ Lag. He's got a new body of work out, and I was going on his Spotify account. He's almost at 800,000 monthly listeners, and there's a song there. I don't know it, and I'm very sad that I don't. It's called My Power. It's got over 85 million streams. How insane!
That is the proof right there. That is amazing. I don't even know if that's a word. It's beyond amazing.
All right, we're going to be chatting to DJ Lag and hopefully get a mix from him. Do you think we can twist his arm to give us a mix for this Friday?
This is tis the season for mixing
and forgiving
mixes.
10 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the Golden Hour, the musical hour of the Upside.
Your afternoons just got even better. Fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from an African perspective.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Upside, live and real.
Senzakangane ngabe nginamanga mangathi lento ayihlabe ngabe nginamanga mangathi ayingibulali ngabe nginamanga mangathi lento ayihlabe ngabe nginamanga mangathi lento ayingihlabi mina ngabe nginamanga mangathi ayingibulali ngabe nginamanga mangathi angimcela umdala ngabe nginamanga mangathi angifuni imali ngabe nginamanga ngicatha mina umphakathi yasindelwa vele bumela 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 yasindelwa vele bumela 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 yasindelwa vele bumela 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 yasindelwa webo phela vele bumela 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 yasindelwa vele bumela 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 yasindelwa vele bumela bumela bumela
The Upside. On the Upside, your voice matters.
Coming through with another dance floor filler, DJ Leg and Zingumalo with Nyasindelwa. Thank you for tuning in. This song, just by the way, for your information, has now hit 1 million streams online. What platform are we on 1 million streams?
I'm not sure. It could be a combined one because I know on Spotify it's 500,000. Could be on the YouTubes also, on
That's
Apple,
huge.
what music. Oh, which is very impressive, isn't it?
Really beautiful.
Oh man, what a privilege it is for us to be in conversation with the man himself, DJ Leg. He'll be joining us on the line to talk to us about his latest body of work titled South Side Mixtape. And one of the songs, the opening track, I think if I'm not mistaken, is this one that we just heard now, featuring Uzi Ngumalo. It's titled Nyasindelwa. All right, if you remember back in the days, remember earlier we were like, we don't know this My Power song. Apparently it's a big deal, this My Power song that he worked on. Because it landed on about the Lion King and Beyonce's Black is King album because it featured Beyonce,
So that makes sense then.
Moonchild, Sanele. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Those numbers. Now, if you've been anywhere near a dance floor, a car with loudspeakers, or TikTok this festive season, chances are you've already heard it. That unmistakable gqom bounce, that chant that gets stuck in your head like this song. DJ Lag is back, and Nyasindelwa, this is the opening track from his Southside mixtape, has quietly become one of the sounds of the summer. Released in November, the song has racked up over 1 million streams, sparked tens of thousands of TikTok videos, and inspired dancers and creators to put their own spin on it. What makes it special is that it feels both familiar and fresh, rooted in Durban's DNA, but moving effortlessly across digital platforms and dance floors. With Southside Mixtape, DJ Lag isn't just chasing moments, he's setting them. And he joins us now to talk about the music, the movement, and the magic behind it all. DJ Lag, thank you so much for your time. How are you doing on this fine Friday?
I'm good, my brother John.
I'm fit. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Let's talk about this new body of work, Southside Mixtape. What was the headspace like? Where were you at when you created this album? Walk us through it so that we have a better understanding and appreciation when we go onto the streaming platforms and listen to it.
So, album last year. First song engasho ukuthi ngiyenzile was Iwoza. I did the recording with Cedric, I think around October.
Yeah.
Finished the song with Sykes around March. And then I dropped as a single, I think around May. And then I ngasebenza kuyona project throughout the year. So ngize ngakwazi ukuthi ngikhiphe manje ngoDecember.
Okay, so talk to us about this big hit. I'm very interested rather to find out about the collaborations that happened that made it reach over 85 million streams. Talk to us about how those collaborations happened.
Yo, it was really easy to work with Z. She's really talented, and it didn't take us like even 30 minutes to finish the song. Everyone in the studio, Wala Lily beat and record. And the song was done in like 45 minutes. And obvious I had to finish it beat after recording and mastering, and the song was done I think around October, and it's ready for release.
45 minutes. You know what? We must unpack this one. 45 minutes you produced this hit. It's 19 minutes after 2 p.m. Hi, Central African time. We're currently in conversation with DJ Lag because he's back with a new body of work. It's titled Southside Mixtape. And we were listening to one of the songs there, the opening track, Nyasindelwa, there with Uzi Ngumalo. We'll continue our chat with DJ Lag to find out who is this album meant for? During this time of the year, is it for everyone? Is it for South Africans? Is it for Africa? Is it for the world at large? And what we can expect from him for the year 2026. So don't go anywhere. It's 20 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za. Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126 and we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk, it's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with the community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tebogo and Mmatsheko from the upside.
21 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time, we continue our conversation with DJ Lag as Gqom becomes the soundtrack for the summer here in Southern Africa. He's got a new album out. It's called Southside Mixtape. DJ Lag, let's talk about, before we expand more on this album and the collaborations and who it's meant for, take us back to My Power. I know it's still a conversation that a lot of people still have when it comes to you and that collaboration you had with Abo Beyonce, Busiswa, Moonchild Sanelli. That went viral. It went global because it was the soundtracks of Abo Lion King and Black is King, Beyonce's tour. Let's talk about how that came about. That collaboration and how life has transcended since that moment.
So it all started when Beyonce came to South Africa for Global Citizen. And she was performing, and at the beginning of our performance, she played one of my songs, Trip to New York.
Yeah.
And that people were taking videos who were at the event, and that video started trending. And the next day, I don't know where they got my number, but one of the guys who works with Beyonce said, yo, Beyonce is working on a project and they want some beats. And yeah, I sent the beats, and I had to keep quiet for like 6 months because they said I can't talk about it.
Wow.
And yeah, it was hard. It was hard. And yeah, so I did the song. I got a chance to go to LA. Beyonce already recorded the song, and for me it was just to listen to the song and see if I can make some changes, and there was no changes that I had to do. And I think around September 2019, that's when they released the song.
I think it's remarkable. Yeah. Please continue.
And even started recognizing, and even like South Africa, because a lot of people didn't know who I was. They knew the music, but they didn't know.
Yeah.
And then from there, everything just changed for me.
I think it's remarkable to note that Nyasindelwa, the hit that we are all gathered here about, has already reached over 1 million streams, and there are thousands of TikTok videos. So it's clearly the sound of the festive season. How important is the digital space, social media, as it were, in being able to shape the sound of Gqom today?
Social media is the thing now. If you're making music, you have to make sure that you push on social media. That's how I also started before I even started working with labels. I used to put out my music on WhatsApp groups, put it out for free, and the next day the song will be played all over Durban, and that's how I got my name. And now it's even easier with TikTok because you just need to do videos and use the song and start and do challenges. And yeah, the song just goes viral. And lo nto iqale with the Harry Boss last year. Harry Boss nayo, I think he shared like 6 million streams. Now so we ngiyasindelwa and yonke lento iqala TikTok.
The power of social media. Let's talk about some of the collaborations on this album, because I understand that it's not just local. You went international as well with this one.
Yeah. So yeah, bonke abantu engisebenze nabo lana ngingasho ukuthi abangani bami, siqale ngokuzwana before senze music. A-drum, I met him through Udiplo. When I was in LA, and from there we've been talking, and ithuba ke sitholile ukuthi senze ingoma this year, and yenze kahle kakhulu overseas. So i-project yonke nje bingayona iplan yokuthi kufuna kube umzansi kuphela o-understanda. So ine-crowd yaphesheya, inabantu bala eMzansi, wonke umuntu uyakwazi ukuyilalela because ine-piano, ine-gqom, ine-three-step.
Okay, we're at the end of the year, you know. Obviously, we want to take this this wonderful mixtape, the South Side mixtape, with us. So, just talk to us about a little bit about just your hope for the listener. You know, what you're hoping they will get as they listen to this mixtape, whether they're on the dance floor, whether they're on the road. This is just such beautiful road trip music as well. So, what is your hope for what your listener experiences with this brand new mixtape?
Mina ngihlezi kuyinto eyodwa nje ufuna abantu badanse phela.
Into eyodwa nje. I love it.
I love that. I love that. It's 27 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Still in conversation with South African DJ Lag. He's got a new body of work out. It is titled South Side Mixtape. Go check it out on all streaming platforms. DJ Lag, let's talk about discipline. I know it's off topic here, but I want to talk about discipline. Because you are one of those DJs that we hardly hear complaints about. Never shows up. He's never been a no-show. We don't hear promoters complaining about DJ Leg not showing up, not representing, not doing his best. Talk to us about the importance of being disciplined in this space where at any given time you can become an overnight sensation and then people can forget about you in a moment's notice. Talk to us about your discipline and staying true to creating beautiful music that gets people dancing and being your authentic self.
I think discipline ibalulekile. That's one thing about legal music. Ngisho futhi ukuthi into eqala ekhaya eyangisiza ukuthi ngibekele futhi la ngikhona. Ngihlonipha umsebenzi wami, into kade ngifisa ukuyenza since high school. So angikwazi ukuthi ngakanga ngayo manje. Abantu abaningi bangena music just ukuthi bafuna nje ifame.
Yeah.
Imali phele lapho mina uthando lento engiyenze ngisafunda grade 7, so ayona into engavele ngidlale ngayo kanje.
I wish you all the best. I think you are definitely onto something. I mean, there's all sorts of numbers and statistics to prove that you're on the right track. All the best with the mixtape, ne?
All right, the voice of South African DJ Lag. If I'm not mistaken, he'll be providing a DJ mix this afternoon on the other side of the sports and economic or business news. So go check out his new body of work on all streaming platforms. Nyasindelo already getting over 1 million streams. The album is titled South Side Mixtape by DJ Lag. Oh, man. He mentioned Uzi Nxumalo is quite a big star, right? Right now, she's the it girl, right? And then the international collaborations. We often hear artists go international and they go to the UK and the Americas, but not much happens. He's actually made most of that opportunity and collaborated with the internationals to create music that appeals not just to South Africa, but worldwide. And I think that's the right way, that's the right approach in this digital age we live in.
Yep, that's strategy meeting alignment. Very, very smart guy in how he does it. And also that's just the direction that music is going in. And we don't have to. He's also a wonderful example of the fact that we don't need to kill genres, to be successful. We don't need to kill qom. We don't need to kill reggae. We don't need to, and start a whole new trend or whatever. Just stay in your lane, but be strategic and be aligned and know what you want to do. If you know what you want to do, then all the abundance will reach you.
Follow him on social media at Real DJ Lag. It's 30 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest sports news. Musibudi Makura is standing by.
The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download. Free to connect. Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
And a very good afternoon from the Sports Desk. We'll start with football news. Hugo Broos, the head coach of the South African men's national football team, says his team has been through some difficult challenges in the past and now believes they have got all the experience to upstage Angola in their opening game at the Africa Cup of Nations tournament on Monday. So the two teams will meet for a third time in the Africa Cup of Nations tournament. And the two teams, by the way, are from the Kosapa region and will lock horns at the Marrakesh Stadium in what would be their fourth clash at the Africa Cup of Nations tournament. Bafana have never lost to Angola in this tournament with 2 wins and a draw, and Bruce believes that the good run will continue against their neighbours.
But at the other side, I believe in my team, and I believe in what my team already did in the past. We beat already better opponents than that. So that means that we don't have to be afraid of that we have to be confident in ourselves. But they will not give us presents. We will have to play on our highest level, and winning against them is enough. We don't have to think a 2-0, 3-0. Winning, it shall be a very good result for us.
So after having had Portuguese-born coach Pedro Gonçalves in charge of this team for a very long time and recently left Angolan football for young Africans in Tanzania, now at the helm is Frenchman Patrice Baumel, a man who is no stranger when it comes to AFCON success, having won this title twice as Hervé Renard's number 2, first with Zambia as well as Ivory Coast. Bruce knows that the Angolan side will not be pushovers come Monday.
You know, I saw Angola playing in the qualifiers, and I don't know anymore against which team they played at home. They lost the game 1-0, but if they play that game 10 times, they win 9 times. So it's a good team, you can be sure. And there are some good players. It's very technical. And now with a new coach is always giving something extra to the players that want to prove themselves. So that means that we will have a tough opponent next week on Monday.
Right, by the way, kickoff for the Africa Cup of Nations tournament is this coming Sunday, the 21st of December. So meaning it's just 2 days to go before that opening match is set to take place at Rabat at the Prince Mullah Abdullah Stadium, where the host nation Morocco will take on Comoros Island, a team that has already arrived at this year's Africa Cup of Nations tournament. Many teams also arriving on Thursday. Among the early arrivals include the Comoros Island, the likes of Mali, Angola, Egypt, Benin, as well as Zimbabwe. South Africa having arrived on Thursday, the DR Congo, Zambia, Nigeria, Uganda, as well as Sudan, all arriving as well on Thursday. The competition gets underway on the 21st of December, concluding on the 18th of January in 2026. In live cricket action, South Africa earlier on winning the toss and electing to bowl first in the third and final ODI match against India that is currently underway at the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg in South Africa's Gauteng province. The Proteas sealed the series when they made it 2 wins from 2 in Gqeberha on Tuesday, with Laura Wolfart as well as Sine Lees both are scoring centuries in the national record score. They were also made to work very hard for that victory by the Irish side, having already claimed the opener in East London in South Africa's Eastern Cape province. It leaves one match between the host as well as a clean sweep. At the moment, Ireland 33 for the loss of 1 wicket. This after 7.4 overs. It is O'Reilly as well as Lewis at the crease at the moment for Ireland. And finally, newly crowned Sports Personality of the Year winner Rory McIlroy has said now that he still has a lot to achieve after an incredible 2025 season. The Northern Irishman McIlroy became just the sixth man to complete the career Grand Slam of 4 majors when he won the Masters in a thrilling finish in April of this year. The 36-year-old then played a pivotal role in Europe's Ryder Cup win in September, contributing 3.5 points as they sealed a first victory in the USA since 2012. McIlroy's victory at the Masters came 14 years after he looked set to win at Augusta National, having led by 4 shots after 3 rounds back in 2011, only to fall away. But he held his nerve at this year's tournament, this to claim his first ever green jacket in a playoff after a late charge from Ryder Cup teammate Justin Rose. He also clinched a 7th Race to Dubai title in 2025, a 4th one in a row, and now sits one shy of Colin Montgomery's record of 8 European Tour titles. It concludes your sports news in the second hour of The Upside. There is a final sporting update on The Upside in the third and final hour of the show. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. For Channel Africa Sport, I am Mosito Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday 23rd of July for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GBV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GBV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC.
37 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest business news. Mr. Golden Voice is standing by. Tabiso Lihuku.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo, and good afternoon. Botswana's government now forecasts an economic contraction of almost 1% this year as its key dominant sector continues to struggle. When the main budget was presented in February, the Southern African country's government had hoped for a 3.3% gross domestic product expansion this year, rebounding from last year's 3% contraction. By mid-year, it was projecting almost no growth as a prolonged downturn in the global diamond market showed no sign of abating. The National Gambling Board of South Africa is intensifying its public education drive to promote responsible gambling. With the festive season in full swing, reckless spending and risk-taking concerns are growing around gambling harm and illegal gambling operators. Awareness, regulation and consumer protection are central to the board's efforts. Lungile Tukwana is the board's acting CEO.
Most of the people who would have got their bonuses would have been paid at work, and everybody's rushing for the festive season. And as part of that, there are a lot of the illegal gambling sites that will be taking chances in relation to attracting people to come and gamble with them. Some of them are the illegal ones, which may be problematic in terms of the safety, but also in terms of making sure that there's responsible gambling. And we are concerned about those ones, and we are warning our customers.
At the start of 2025, Africa's agricultural sector appeared to be on a recovery path following a severe drought in the previous season. However, this fragile rebound was quickly tested by rising trade tensions. The United States introduced reciprocal tariffs, while within the region, Botswana repeatedly imposed bans on South African vegetable imports. Malawi also rolled out restrictions on a range of imported goods. A senior agricultural economist at the South Africa-based National Agricultural Marketing Council, Thabile Nkunjana, says that trade restrictions in Africa are affecting a free trade approach.
The trade restrictions that we are seeing in the continent, they are really, distorting the dream that is to see the Africa Free Trade area, expanding and actually operating, efficiently. Because one of the key things that have led to Africa sort of having a stagnant in its trade within the continent, it has been the protectionism. This has to do with the higher tariffs that each or other African countries imposed on other African countries.
U.S. stock index futures urged higher. This as technology shares extended their rebound from a sell-off earlier this week, while Nike tumbled after weak China sales weighed on its quarterly results. Nike shares slumped 10.5% in pre-market trading after the sportswear giant reported a drop in gross margins for the second consecutive quarter and a decline in China sales for the sixth straight quarter. The British government has confirmed its data has been accessed in a cyber attack as the hackers had targeted information relating to visa details at the Foreign Office. The incident follows two major cyber attacks on big British companies this year. Hacks forced the country's largest car maker, Jaguar Land Rover, to shut down production for 5 weeks, while retailer Marks & Spencer suspended online orders for 6 weeks. The BBC's Ian Watson has the details.
The government confirmed to the BBC that a cyber incident had been detected by the Foreign Office and it had affected systems operated on behalf of the Home Office. A spokesperson said the incident was isolated and contained. And the Trade Minister, Chris Bryant, told the BBC this morning that while there had been a hack, there was only a low risk that any individuals had had their personal details compromised. The government's reported the incident to the Information Commissioner. It's understood that a Chinese-affiliated group is suspected, but the government has said that investigations are continuing and it hasn't attributed the attack.
$1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 453. Botswana 13 pula 8. Kenya 128 shilling 3, and Zambia 22 kwacha 93. The BRICS countries in Brazil, the dollar will cost you 5.50. Russia 80 rubles 1. India 90 rupees 47. China 7 yuan 3, and in South Africa the dollar will cost you 16 rand 77 cents. The dollar is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Gold $4,326 and platinum $1,916 per ounce. Brent crude oil is at $59.59 a barrel. For any business stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business in Johannesburg, I'm Thabiso Lohoko.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. Call us on +27 63 406 9126.
I can see my whole world changing.
And contribute to the conversation. Mornings Made Better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
The South African Medical Association, SAMA, has officially suspended all relations with the Israeli Medical Association, a move welcomed by healthcare workers for Palestine, South Africa. The organization says this decision represents a powerful stand for medical ethics, justice, and human rights, echoing the global call for solidarity with Palestinians.
And recently, we've also seen other national associations, such as the British Medical Association, Turkish. They've released quite strongly worded statements, although none have gone as far as SAMA to cut ties with the Israeli Medical Association, as well as to call for the suspension from the World Medical Association. It's a watershed moment that an organization has actually taken this step. And it's not an idle threat. SAMA is a member of the World Medical Association, and they can action this resolution by bringing it before the World Medical Association.
Dr. Sadiq Mullah, chairperson of Healthcare Workers for Palestine, South Africa.
Mornings Made Better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
It's gone 44 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. It's now time for us to listen to some music. It is December, boss, and we want you to enjoy the music uninterrupted. DJ Lag on the mix this afternoon. Enjoy.
The Upside, live and real. Upside, live and real.
Our mix this afternoon brought to you by DJ Lag. You can follow him on social media at Real DJ Lag. Lag L-A-G. It's gone 3 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside, the Friday edition with me, Tebogo, Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko Mosito. Before we get into the final hour's festivities, let's get the latest news. Jolani Tulongwepe is standing by.
Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za. SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo. Top stories are Sabah, the RSF accused of killing civilians in Sudan, and the interim government of Bangladesh calls for calm after overnight rioting. Good afternoon. Over 1,000 civilians have been killed when a Sudanese paramilitary group took over a famine-stricken displacement camp in Sudan's Darfur region in April. The number includes about a third who were summarily executed. This is contained in a report released by the UN Human Rights Office. It also details that for months before the April 11th to 13th assault, the Rapid Support Forces blocked entry of food and supplies to the Zamzam camp in Sudan's western Darfur region, housing nearly 500,000 people displaced by civil war. During the takeover, the RSF directed attacks against civilians, and survivors reported widespread killings, rape, torture and abductions, with at least 319 people executed in the camp or as they tried to flee. The RSF has previously denied harming civilians and said that it will hold its forces to account for any violations. South Africa's National Police Commissioner General Fanny Masemola says the suspects responsible for the murder of popular DJ and media personality Warwick DJ Waras Stock will be arrested this weekend. DJ Waras was gunned down on Tuesday in the Johannesburg CBD outside a hijacked building where he had been providing security services. Masemola was speaking during an oversight visit to the ongoing Safer Festive Season operations in Pretoria this afternoon. More than 150 new vehicles were officially handed over during the visit. Masemola says he's confident that an arrest is imminent.
A suspect has been identified and he will be arrested. I'm sure before Monday we will have the suspect arrested. He's a known suspect. He will definitely, if not today, but over the weekend, that suspect will be arrested.
South Africa's government has raised concern over forecast severe weather conditions during the festive season. Above normal rainfall and frequent thunderstorms are expected across several parts of the country, particularly over the Highveld and eastern regions. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa has urged the public to remain vigilant. His spokesperson, Pearl Masego Bingose, says disaster management teams are on high alert.
Whilst the upcoming rainfall is welcome in various parts of the country, it also increases the risk of flooding and other dangerous incidents, especially in low-lying areas. Disaster management centers at all levels are on high alert and ready to respond. Communities are encouraged to report any hazardous conditions to local authorities. Everyone is urged to stay informed through official weather updates and follow warnings to ensure their safety and protect property.
Greece's Coast Guard has rescued about 545 migrants from a fishing boat off Europe's southernmost island of Gavdos. The migrants, one of the biggest groups to reach the country in recent months, were found during a Greek search operation off Gavdos. A Coast Guard statement said they were all well and are being taken to the port of Agia, Galini, on the nearby island of Crete. And finally, the interim government of Bangladesh has called for calm after overnight rioting broke out in several cities. The violent protests started after news spread of the death of a young politician who was shot a week ago while campaigning for next year's election. The BBC's Mir Sabir in Dhaka says tensions remain high in the Bangladeshi capital.
Supporters of the assassinated political leader Sharif Usman Hadi attacked the offices of two of the most prominent newspapers in the country, Prothom Alo and the Daily Star, setting their offices ablaze. Journalists were trapped inside and had to be rescued by the army. Both newspapers have suspended operations. Demonstrations have been continuing throughout the day. There was violence outside of the capital as well. Protesters tried to attack the residence of the Indian Deputy High Commissioner at the port city of Chittagong, but were stopped by the police.
Recapping the top story, the Sabah, over 1,000 civilians have been killed when a Sudanese paramilitary group took over a famine-stricken displacement camp in Sudan's Darfur region in April this year. This is contained in a report released by the UN Human Rights Office. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jonani Tulo Mwepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
It's gone 6 minutes after 3 p.m., but we have to do it properly. Lerato, do the things. The weekend is upon us. Let's do it properly. Here we go. Count with us. This is your favorite part now, isn't it? 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Mfana va. Ya vuna vutseneleti no so. Sort of brava ka chapo. Chapo. Na vutero mwetu matafu tata. Ai. Na vushapa vula mchivo vusa sisi. Na vutsatse vula mchivo. Come up in it, so I'm taught Karia. Sure. Chapizi. Utalanda so. Okay. Gosh. +1 is 2. Skoko. Stamu kuluna. Mission Charlosko. Tula mabota. Tubadi kodo. Snoko noko. I onoroko. Snoko noko. Snoko noko. No. 1 + 1 is 2. Nisho Charlosko. Tula mabota. snoko no. Baritoka snoko noko. Ay, ono roko. Snoko noko. Snoko noko. Snoko noko. Snoko noko. Snoko noko. Hey.
Minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Snoko Noko. El Chapo is on that. No, did I say El Chapo? It is. It is El Chapo. It's spelled with an X, so I was like, I had to make sure. It's L.
That it's
A-L.
not, what's it, Bushman language.
Yeah, Chapo. Yeah. I had to make sure. It's El Chapo. El Chapo on that one, Snoko Noko. He'll be joining us in studio because he's just partnered up with that'samove.co.za to launch the official Snoko Noko Dance Challenge. It's a social media dance challenge. What's up for grabs is 10,000 rand for the best video. Mmatsheko, like, we need to be a part of this now.
Do you think we can compete? I saw a mum and daughter dancing to this dance challenge, and they are sitting on almost 800,000 likes, not views, likes. So that gets to tell you, that tells you something about how they executed that dance. Oh my goodness.
But how are they going to award the winner? Is it the most liked video, the most viewed video? How are they going to go about doing that? But we'll find out from the adjudicators, and El Chapo himself will be joining us in studio. It's 13 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. So more music coming your way on this Friday edition of The Upside before we chat with El Chapo with the Snoko Noko Dance Challenge.
This is The Upside for the best African vibes, groundbreaking content.
Spiroach Beats.
Biggie bang bang. Biggie biggie. Heavy heavy. Baby woman. Hava. Biggie biggie. Heavy heavy. You're the one I want to. Before my liver start to fail. You're the one I need before cassava start to hail. And if I ever leave make what I carry me, they go far away. So I am looking for a sister. Joma, my lover, she got the dollar. She dey wear designer. So I am looking for a sister. Joma, my lover, she got the dollar. She dey wear designer. assurance, assurance. I give my baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance. Assurance, oh no, assurance. I give my baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance. Biggie, biggie, heavy, heavy. Bang, bang. Heavy, heavy. Baby, do you want me? Biggie, biggie, heavy, heavy. Biggie, biggie, heavy, heavy. Baby, do you want me? Love is sweet, oh. When money enter, love is sweet. Pepe resto. So brother man go gas deliver. Call Anita, oh. Tell her make she come, they go far away. Far away. Me I know they do again. And I am looking for a sister. Joma my lover, oh. She enter Atlanta. She go cause disaster, oh. And I am looking for a sister. Joma my lover, oh. She go follow go Atlanta. Then cause disaster, oh. Say give me assurance, assurance. I give my baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance. Assurance, oh no, assurance. I give my baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance. Biggie, biggie, heavy, heavy. Bang, bang. Heavy, heavy. Baby, do you want me? Biggie, biggie, heavy, heavy. Biggie, biggie, heavy, heavy. Baby, do you want me? So I am looking for a sister. Jama, my lover, oh. She got the dollar. She the wear designer. So I am looking for a sister. Jama, my lover, oh. She got the dollar. She the wear designer. She say give me assurance, assurance. I give my baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance. Assurance, oh no, assurance. I give my baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance.
Big Smosa.
17 minutes into 3 p.m. in Central African time. Thank you very much for tuning in here on The Upside as we open gateways into the African continent so that you don't need to find out what's happening. We've got all of it for you to bring it to you wherever you are. Coming through with Assurance by Davido. And then I saw Sambaure moving his two left feet to Snogonogo. I saw you.
I tried. I also want to stand in line to win 10,000 rand. That will be up for grabs. I want to stand in line. Listen, it's been scrolling and trending lately on social media. And chances are you've come across the Snogonoko dance challenge that makes your shoulders move before your eye and your brain can even catch up. I'm sure you've seen it, Mmatsheko. You saw the mom and daughter doing the things. We also saw it was a couple. I saw a couple doing it together. It's the cutest thing ever. Johannesburg is about to become a playground for movement and self-expression as That's a Move.co.za teams up with creative personality El Chapo to launch the official Snogonoko Challenge. It's a nationwide social media competition inviting South Africans to show up, show off, and express themselves through this dance challenge with 10,000 rand cash on the line. And this isn't just about chasing trends. The founder, Tisetso Musholi, says the challenge is about giving everyday creators a space to be seen, celebrated, and confident in their creativity. And with the winning entry set to be announced by El Chapo on the 31st of December 2025. We've got the two gentlemen in studio, El Chapo and Tisetso. How you doing? Greetings. Guys, great to see you. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence this afternoon. Let's talk about this Snoko Noko challenge. But let's start with the name.
Yeah.
Snoko Noko.
Yeah.
We broadcast throughout the whole of Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria. They don't know. What does Snoko Noko mean?
This has been a question since. So also because man, like the song is literally like doing international rounds.
Yeah.
So Snogo means stack of money. So
Stack of money.
Yeah, it's a stack of money.
The bag.
Yeah, so that's the whole concept of the whole song too. With also the challenge that we came with on TikTok na yonke lento. We were
that makes sense now.
Oh, that's why my nervous system was loving this song. Hey, man, it makes sense now. No. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, we need to talk about the dance challenge, the partnership with that move.co.za. But we're going to do that after we've returned from break.
All right.
The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
The story that takes us to Zambia. There are two men actually that were sentenced to prison for the plot to kill the president with witchcraft. You go like, what? So these guys were arrested actually in Lusaka, and what was found on them was a live chameleon. Can you believe that? Animal tails and bottles of concoction. That law takes us back to 1914, which is the Witchcraft Act. I can imagine now arrested and they go to jail for the next 2 years. You know, I presume that when you get to jail, they get to ask you actually, what is it that you committed? Now, this is the first of its kind, by the way, for somebody to be arrested for such. They in Pemba, whenever they pass. Hey, Chikanga, hey, Uloya, hey, Mulosi. And imagine here I am in these early hours of the mornings, I get to talk about witchcraft.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time. We take no sides, none whatsoever. We are the Upside.
22 minutes into 3 p.m. in Central African Time. Let me tell you, we're having such a good time in studio talking about the Snogo Challenge or Snoko Challenge. If you haven't seen it, it is the most exciting thing for the festive of 2025. Not only is the dance floor filler amazing, but it's turned into a dance challenge where everyone around the world, all Africans around the world can participate. And we have the founders of this wonderful music and this initiative in studio with us. El Chapo as well as Tisetso are joining us in studio. I wanted to talk to you about the challenge, or ask you about the challenge rather, and your partnership with that's a move.co.za. How did that partnership happen?
We had ideally obvious because of TikTok. We had so many dance challenges going. You understand? The main focus on this one is to also see what else someone else can do, you understand? So come up with your new, like something you feel like doing, and then maybe it's Obama food to keep the song going, everything, you understand? So it's a creative movement that we're pushing for young people, old people, so it doesn't matter your age, you know, anybody can win it.
I love that. So tell us about this, because you are from the company basically that said, you approached El Chapo and said, hey, Emon, let's put some money behind this and let's get people to dance on the streets, on social media, and let's give them money. What was the thinking from your end?
Yeah, so from our side, firstly, I'd just like to thank you guys for the opportunity. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So, as I was sort of sitting, luckily, myself and Al Chapo, we have a pre-existing relationship.
Okay.
So at the time where the song started to take off, I just reached out to him to say, my brother, I'm thinking that perhaps we can just leverage off the organic momentum that the challenge already had.
Yes.
And also maybe just incentivize, add an incentive for people to participate, as opposed to how it was previously where people were just voluntarily creating the videos. We just thought, hey, also in the spirits of the festive season,
Of course, of course.
Just Nyana, put a couple 10 G's in Nyana there, up for grabs to whomever wins.
I love that. I love that. That's a move.co.za.
Yeah.
Tell us about it for those who haven't heard about this platform before.
Okay. So that's a move.co.za is essentially an online competition platform.
Okay.
So we focus exclusively on dance. So our focus is to penetrate the African continent. So to spotlight all of the different types of dances in the continent, because this continent is rich in terms of creativity. This continent is so gifted. It's so blessed. And I think the Snoganog Challenge is a prime example of that. In how you see different cultures and different parts of the world interpreting this thing, more especially in the continent, because I know even in Nigeria I've noticed there's even creators who have their own like rendition of the song, where the lyrics are not necessarily what Al Chapo and the other brothers were doing, but it's like it has its own kick and feel to it. So that's in essence what I would say inspired That's a Move. So we saw that, look, we've been sitting with this idea for some time to do something, So instead of sitting around and maybe waiting and writing proposals or whatever, let's just put our own something on the table and try to get it somewhere. So that's the whole intention of this initiative, to say beyond even this challenge, this individual challenge itself, but how do we leverage off this, maybe to bring on other partners on board to ensure that this thing it isn't just limited maybe to the song, but it also creates an opportunity for other creatives to have a platform, So That's a Move is sort of it's a data group. So it's data. So there's data bar, data beat, data. So That's a Move is just the first installment of that.
Okay.
So we intend to capture every facet of the creative sector in essence.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing that it's all encompassing, because music is not sold separately from fashion, from dance, from, all kinds of wonderful things that make the art as it is. 10,000 Rand.
Yes.
That makes the stakes very, very exciting. How on earth are you going to pick a winner? Because the few videos that I've seen, I think I've seen like 4 or 5, and people are so amazing, and they've got lots of likes. So what, how are you going to pick the winner? Is it the amount of likes? Is it, I don't know, versatility?
For me, as so I've been in the industry for some time now, so I have dancers, friends that dance like professionally. So I'd say I'll just try to ask them like, okay, who's the best here? Because I can see this person is moving. They're moving good. So it's really gonna come up to, man, like if it looks good and like it gives you that vibe off the phone, and you still want you want to dance like them, you understand? So it's just a feeling that I feel like it's gonna be fair like that.
All right,
because that's what dance is, expression.
I love it. I love
so
it.
yeah.
So to not prevent people from entering, give us the details of how they can enter. Is it only through TikTok? Do they must they add a hashtag? How must they enter so that they don't get disqualified and they can potentially win this 10,000 Rand?
So you can enter on all platforms, any platform, as long post the video. When you finish posting your video, you just tag us so we aware that you posted your video, and then hashtag That's a Move. Hashtag and Snogono.
At El Chapo.
It's at El Chapo.ww. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so how do we tag you then?
So in terms of Data Move, all you need to do is to just add datamove.co.za across all social media platforms. Then we should be able to get the notification for your video. And also, what we're doing is that we're not being rigid in terms of saying if people don't tag what. We're also following the hashtag. So if also you just use the hashtag, #Snogonogo, then we are constantly monitoring and retweeting the videos that we are able to find. It's just we encourage people to tag us so that it's just easier to find their content, and also follow the pages so that at the end of the day we have a very solid proof of concept and value proposition for all of the other creative endeavors that we want to sort of filter through.
Yeah, I love that.
I like this. I feel like it's going to open so many other doors for people, in terms of creating exposure and possible partnerships in the future. What are you doing with your 5,000? Because you and I are winning this 10,000. What are you doing?
Hey, I don't know. Maybe we'll go to Durban, KZN somewhere for the weekend.
I love it.
But why is it that whenever someone wins money, they go to Durban?
Oh,
even the lottery people.
Honestly,
there's something about the
KZN is a beautiful place. I keep saying it all the time. It's not just going to Durban, CBD, Ushaka Marine. KZN is a beautiful place. Yes. Nice place to go swim in the water. But anyway, now I'm promoting Durban, and we're here to talk about Snokonoko.
Yeah,
all right, El Chapo, thank you so much for your time. So thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Amazing initiative, and I'm glad that you're now starting to award these creators on social media, because we are the most creative. 100%. Africans are the most creative on all these social media platforms. Beautiful. And we appreciate you acknowledging them. Where can we follow you again on social media? Just one last time.
On all social media platforms, alxapo.ww across all platforms.
All right, and Tisetso?
That's a move across all platforms.
That's a move across all platforms. The Snogonogo Challenge is currently on the 31st of December. El Chapo will be announcing the winner. Don't miss out on that 10,000 rand. Show us your best dance moves. It's 31 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the final sports update. Musibudi Makura is standing by.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Thank you so much, Tebogo. A very good afternoon from the sports desk. Bafana head coach Hugo Bruce says his team has been through some difficult challenges in the past and believes they have now got all the experience to upstage Angola in their opening Africa Cup of Nations B clash on Monday. The two teams will face off in their first match in Marrakesh, both from the Kasafa region, both neighbours, and it will be the fourth clash that these two teams will be meeting in an AFCON tournament. Bafana have never lost to Angola in this tournament, with 2 wins and a draw, and Bruce believes the good run will continue against Angola come Monday.
But at the other side, I believe in my team, and I believe in what my team already did in the past. We beat already better opponents than that. So that means that we don't have to be afraid of that we have to be confident in ourselves. But they will not give us presents. We will have to play on our highest level, and winning against them is enough. We don't have to think a 2-0, 3-0. Winning, it shall be a very good result for us.
After having a Portuguese-born coach, Gonçalves in charge of the team for a very long time, and he recently left Angolan football for young Africans in Tanzania. Now at the helm is Frenchman Patrice Baumel, a man who is no stranger to AFCON success, having won 2 titles with Javier Renard as Javier Renard's number 2, first with Zambia back in 2013 and with the Ivory Coast in 2024. Bruce now knows that Angola will not be any pushovers.
You know, I saw Angola playing in the qualifiers, and I don't know anymore against which team they played at home. They lost the game 1-0, but if they played that game 10 times, they win 9 times. So it's a good team, you can be sure. And there are some good players. It's very technical. And now with the new coach, is always giving something extra to the players that want to prove themselves. So that means that we will have a tough opponent next week on Monday.
On to this now. Liverpool boss Arne Slot says there is no lingering issues with Mohamed Salah after the forward's recent criticism of the club, saying before Saturday's Premier League showdown at Tottenham Hotspur that the pair have now moved on. Salah was a key player in a 2-0 victory over Brighton Hove Albion at the weekend, despite a turbulent week ahead of the game following the Egyptians' scathing criticism of the club. So, depending on just how far Egypt will advance at the Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco, Salah could miss 7 games, starting with Saturday's fixture. Slot's men, meanwhile, are 7th on 26 points, 10 behind leaders Arsenal. Spurs are 4 points behind Liverpool in 11th position. In live cricket action, it was South Africa earlier on today who chose to bowl first in the third and final ODI match against Ireland at the Wanderers Stadium in South Africa's Gauteng province. The Proteas sealed the victory of the series with, when they made it 2 wins from 2 in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape on Tuesday, when Loraville fought as well as St. Elise, both scoring centuries in a national record score. They were though made to work very hard for that victory by the Irish, having already claimed the opener in East London. Also in Gqeberha, it leaves 1 match between the host and a clean sweep. So South Africa, essentially the Proteas women, will be hoping for a clean sweep today against Ireland, this time in Gauteng at the Wanderers Stadium, where the Proteas women's side are playing for the very first time in an ODI series. So just checking the score at the moment, Ireland 109 for the loss of 1 wicket after 23 overs. Riley still at the crease on 30 runs from 48 balls. Lewis also still on the crease, 60 runs from 72 balls. Dumisikukhune bowling there for the Proteas at the moment. And finally, in some golf news, the Junior Golf Foundation is set to host the NCBA Kenya Junior Invitational 2025, the largest and the most prestigious event on the US Kids Golf calendar in Kenya. The tournament, which is in the final event of the Junior Golf calendar, will take place from the 20th until the 22nd of December. That's, of course, this weekend at the Windsor Golf Hotel and Country Club, and is expected to attract approximately 120 elite junior golfers from across the globe. Now, a cornerstone event on the regional junior golf calendar, the NCBA Junior Invitational, has grown steadily over the years, earning a reputation for world-class organization, strong competition, as well as international participation. The 2025 edition will feature juniors from 8 countries, including the host side, Kenya, Uganda, Lithuania, India, Thailand, Norway, Nigeria, as well as China, reinforcing the tournament's growing global profile. That concludes your sports news this afternoon on The Upside. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, remember to always send us an email first to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. I'm back with the final sports update with the Africa in Business team in the next hour. It's 15:37 p.m. Central African time for Channel Africa Sport. I am Mosibudi Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
37 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the final business news this afternoon with Mr. Golden Voice himself on the upside, Thabiso Lehuku.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo, and good afternoon. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is set to abolish air transport taxes from the 1st of January next year, in a move aimed at lowering the cost of air travel across the region. The bloc has announced a 25% reduction in passenger and security-related aviation charges from next year. Managing Director and CEO of Timeline Consultant Limited in Nigeria, Shaibu Idris.
Airline companies do try to price their ticket on a basis or on the basis of a number of factors. Chief among them is the cost of fuel. When and where ATK, otherwise known as aviation fuel, the international price increase, obviously airline operators will have to increase, their ticket because cost of operation would have increased.
Botswana's government now forecasts an economic contraction of almost 1% this year, as its key demand, or rather diamond sector, continues to struggle. When the main budget was presented in February, the Southern African country's government had hoped for a 3.3% gross domestic product expansion this year, rebounding from last year's 3% contraction. But by mid-year, it was projecting almost no growth, as a prolonged downturn in the global diamond market showed no sign of abating. South African consumers are feeling the strain of sharply higher meat prices at the tills. This comes hot on the heels of December holidays and rice season in full force. Meat inflation has climbed to its highest level in almost 8 years, driven largely by disruptions caused by the foot and mouth disease and tighter supplies. The National Gambling Board of South Africa is intensifying its public education drive to promote responsible gambling. With the festive season in full swing, reckless spending and risk-taking concerns are growing around gambling harm and illegal gambling operators. Awareness, regulation and consumer protection are central to the board's efforts. Lungile Dukwana is the board's acting CEO.
Most of the people who would have got their bonuses would have been paid at work, and everybody's rushing for the festive season. And as part of that, there are a lot of the illegal gambling sites that will be taking chances in relation to attracting people to come and gamble with them. Some of them are the illegal ones, which may be problematic in terms of the safety, but also in terms of making sure that there's responsible gambling. And we are concerned about those ones, and we are warning our customers.
US stock index futures urged higher. This as technology shares extended their rebound from a sell-off earlier this week, while Nike tumbled after weak China sales weighed on its quarterly results. Nike shares slumped 10.5% in pre-market trading after the sportwear giant reported a drop in gross margins for the second consecutive quarter and a decline in China sales for the sixth straight quarter. $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 543, Botswana 13 pula 8, Kenya 128 shilling 3, and Zambia 22 kwacha 93. The BRICS countries in Brazil, the dollar there will cost you 5 ruble 50, Russia 80 rubles 1, India 90 rupees 47, China 7 yuan 3, and in South Africa the dollar will cost you 16 rand 77 cents, 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Gold $4,326 and platinum $1,916 per ounce. Brent crude oil is at $59.59 a barrel. For any business stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business in Johannesburg, I'm Tabiso Lohoko.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Ukatili wa kijinsia unaharibu maisha na kutenga jamii. Hutokea nyumbani, shuleni, kazini na mara nyingi kwa ukimya. Lakini hauwezi kuendelea. Ukiona, ongea. Ikiwa unaumia, funguka, kwa sababu kutofanya lolote sio chaguo. Sikiliza vituo vyote 19 vya redio kuanzia Jumatano ya tarehe 23 Julai kwenye mijadala, ushauri, tamthilia, maonyesho ya elimu na mahojiano na wataalamu, manusura, watunga sheria na nchi nzima iliyoathirika na ukatili wa kijinsia kwenye vituo vyako pendwa vya redio. Piga simu 0800 428 428 ili kuripoti unyanyasaji au kupata msaada. GBV ikomeshwe na wewe. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na shirika la SABC.
Tebogo and Mmatsheko on the upside.
Another manga. Don't shake your back, I see. Don't shake your back, I see. Of your leg, no got it, they lose, got it legally.
No, I'm not about to run a service and I saw it be. I be.
Better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance. I'm a body rocking my life. Champs-Élysées, juste des Lamborghini. Ton côté body, la nefatiti. She very mighty with the bagassi. On a this baby, on a batisi. And she want it, I'm if it not be me. Better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance. Better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance, girl, better dance.
Now online with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more.
I don't wanna cheat on you. Everyday temptation, baby, yo, I just wanna kiss on you. I just wanna kiss on you. I don't wanna cheat on you. Everyday temptation, baby, yo, I just wanna spend on you. Come here, make I spend on you. Oh no, don't let me cheat on my woman, no, no. I try, you know, say I try. Don't let me cheat on my woman, no, no. I try, yeah. Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. It's amazing. Telling me what a man go do. Everybody want a piece of me. Telling me what a man go do. It's amazing. Telling me what a man go do. Everybody want a piece of me. Telling me what a man go do.
Say they love me scatter. I know you see this baka. And I will make you never want another woman. Cause I be crossing the border. Give you my love on the platter. But I'm in chair, mera energy. Now pese would me ya enjoy me oh. Biana miss your yemedia kumadiko. Da bena oveba, dona da bena opa. Da bena oveba, dona da bena.
Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at another woman. Oh, I love my baby. Oh, I love my woman. I love my woman. I don't want to look another woman. Oh, I love my baby. Look at her face, look at her bum bum, look at her waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. Look at her face, look at her bum bum, look at her waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste.
Beautiful music coming through this afternoon on The Upside. A double play there. We kicked you off with Kelebu by Rema and now Cheat on You by Kiddy featuring Jackie. It's 10 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. And we're going to take a quick breather. Some more music coming your way before we hand over to the team of Africa in Business.
Ukatili wa kijinsia unaharibu maisha na kutenga jamii. Hutokea nyumbani, shuleni, kazini na mara nyingi kwa ukimya. Lakini hauwezi kuendelea. Ukiona, ongea. Ikiwa unaumia, funguka, kwa sababu kutofanya lolote sio chaguo. Sikiliza vituo vyote 19 vya redio kuanzia Jumatano ya tarehe 23 Julai kwenye mijadala, ushauri, tamthilia, maonyesho ya elimu na mahojiano na wataalamu, manusura, watunga sheria na nchi nzima iliyoathirika na ukatili wa kijinsia kwenye vituo vyako pendwa vya redio. Piga simu 0800-428-428 ili kuripoti unyanyasaji au kupata msaada. GBV ikomeshwe na wewe. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na shirika la SABC.
Let's just do it. Your life just got easier. Get the Channel Africa app and take us wherever you go. Catch the latest news, enjoy your favorite shows, stream the music you love, and stay connected to the continent. All in one spot, right in your pocket. Simple, quick, and always with you. The Channel Africa app. Download it now on iOS and Android. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
I don't need nothing from you. Your beautiful art is the muse. I've been reckless with my choices. Can't seem to get what the point is. Life can be rough, can be smooth, and not every fact is the truth. Advancing, I've laid down my burdens. Can't seem to silence the voices. Continue setting, I be that person. We go be your shoulder, body, best in anything. Your type, no many, they are not ready. I go give you 100%, never no 90. More than amazing, well quality. You are deserving of the love you are not getting. Independently, I'll take the liberty, and I go love you specially. Oh, all the love, all the care, then they fake out. Don't be hard, baby, give it. I go love you. All the love, all the care, then they fake out. Don't be hard, baby, give it. I go love you. Them go wonder why you so colorful. Them go wonder because the melodies for my chest. Cannot get the hold of myself. Yeah, yeah. I dey hope say you dey feel the same way. I've been low, the money no fit in me. You be cold, we dancing no Saturday. Many tales to tell. Oh, in this setting, I be that person. We go be your shoulder, body, best in anything. Your type, no many, they are not ready. I go give you 100%, never no 90. But then amazing, well quality. You are deserving of the love you are not getting. Independently, I'll take the liberty, and I go love you specially. Oh, all the love, all the care, then they fake out. Don't be hard, baby, give it. I go love you. All the love, all the care, then they fake out. Don't be hard, baby, give it. I go love you. Oh, continue setting, I'll be that person. We go be your shoulder, body, best in anything. Your type, no many, we are not ready. I go give you 100%, never no 90. But then love you, I know get it. Independently, I take the liberty. And I go love you specially. Oh, all the love, all the care, them they fake don't be hard, baby, give it. I go love you. All the love, all the care, then they fake don't be hard, baby, give it.
Fast becoming one of my favorite songs. Ira Star, All the Love. Listen, it's less than 5 minutes to go before 4 p.m. Central African time, and it's that time of the day where we have to hand over the mic to the Queen of Africa in business, Tami Ngubeni. How you doing?
I am good. How are you today?
Fantastic. It's the last official Corporate Friday.
It's the last official. After this, we've got permission to sign out and regroup and recuperate until we come back next year and do it all over again.
Absolutely. It's been a year and a half, I tell you. So a lot of people need the rest. Go be with the family, go to the beach, reset for the new year. But what's coming up on African Business this afternoon?
Really excited. This is our final show for this year. Victor Khomuswana is joining us in person in studio.
Amazing.
And as he does, we'll be recapping some of the big business stories, not only now, last week or so, but also for the year. We'll take a look at Zimbabwe and the ZIG. We'll look at the DRC Rwanda deal, the G20 drama, etc., aviation. So all the top business stories, a great roundup of what the economic and trade landscape looked like in the year that was, that is fast becoming what the year that was.
Amazing year for African business, though, eh? It's been an incredible year.
It really has been an incredible, jam-packed. One of the highlights, I think, was being able to host the G20 as the African continent, and obviously the impact of Trump and those tariffs, and how it has completely changed the trading landscapes as far as relationships being built, and where different countries need to then extend their territories and trade relations. So that's also quite key.
Well, congratulations for the year that was, celebrating the final episode of Africa in Business this afternoon. All the best. Have fun with it.
Oh, we certainly will. And you guys, I mean, you hard-working perfectionists are going to be here throughout the holidays, keeping us entertained.
Well, someone has to do it. We will be here to do that, and enjoy the break afterwards. You well-deserved break. It's 3 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. Us, the Upsiders, listen, we are handing over the mic now. We're hanging our headphones on the table. We are saying goodbye to you. We'll do this again next week, same time, same place. Africa, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your break. Be safe on the roads and have fun. Bye-bye.
Hearty laughter and joyous gatherings. Channel Africa celebrates the season with you on the African Perspective.